we have the most eclectic lineup of guests, of which some smoke cigars and some who don't. Either way, we bring you the best content weekly. Herf Zone Live is sponsored by StogieLives.com. It's a brand new social media site just for cigar smokers. It's an awesome place to hang out. You could just make a profile, you could do groups, everything pretty much that you could do on Facebook. See why everyone is talking about StogieLives.com. And if you look down in the YouTube and Facebook descriptions down there in the in the description, you could see that Hearthstone Live and Team Shirtless Mike is partnering with Stogie Press and Ace Prime Cigars on a fundraiser benefiting the people of Jalapa, Nicaragua. And you could read the article, you can make a donation. It's an ongoing thing, so make sure you check that out. Well, I hope everybody has had a good week so far. Thank you much for tuning in. Hopefully, there's no skipping right now. Hopefully, I'm coming in loud and clear. Um, we have an awesome show for you tonight. We have Cedrick from the Virginia Herf. So I'm going to go ahead and play this intro right now, and then we're going to get into the interview and have a good time. So we're going to play it. All right. So, waiting patiently in a Cigar Hustlers podcast green room, we got Cedrick Linzy. He is the founder of the Virginia Herf. So, we're going to go ahead and bring him on. And Cedrick, welcome to the show, brother.
What's going on, Mike? What's the
Man, nothing much.
deal
Was
in
I skipping in the
Florida?
beginning?
A
Was
little
I
bit,
skipping
a
in the
little bit,
beginning? A little bit.
a
All
little
right.
bit.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
happens. Sometimes it's fixed, sometimes it's not. So, how has your day been, man? You told me you went over to Philly today to do some marketing.
yeah. It was rough, man. But I just got back in Virginia Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday I did some running around, make sure stuff was right with the hotel, and then I drove up to Philly. They had a really large Masonic Shriner convention. They had 6,000 Shriners, dude. So
Mm.
a lot of cigar smoking, and
Oh yeah.
just went up there to support. And a friend of mine owns a shoe company called Soul Right. They did some vending. I set up some cigars and talked about the Herf there in Philly. So it was cool. And then I drove back. Um, it never stops, man. When you're pushing a brand, it's uh it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah. So you went to a Masonic event. Are you a Mason yourself, or you was just supporting a friend?
Nah, I got two of my uncles are Shriners. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I just supporting.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we got an awesome show lined up. I do my research, like I was explaining in the beginning of the show. So we're gonna start off here, just kind of get the roots of who you are. So are you originally from Virginia?
No, not at all, man. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. Believe it or not, I was born in
Oh,
Maricopa County and joined the Navy from Arkansas and moved to Virginia. I was stationed here and I just stayed here.
mm. So you're not from Virginia. You're from Arizona.
Yep.
You joined the Navy, but like even before the Navy, though, what was life like for you growing up? Like,
Uh, well, now you probably gonna find out why you couldn't research a lot about me. I grew up without my parents, so I was raised
okay,
by my grandmother and a couple of aunts. Um, my parents lived in Las Vegas. We moved from Phoenix to Las Vegas, and as you know, Vegas is a fast paced city, man, and it's not a good place for kids.
yeah,
Unless you live like in Henderson, Nevada. But um, so my parents was they were mover and shakers. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So with that lifestyle, you see a lot of fast stuff that a kid shouldn't normally see, and all that stuff shapes you. So I moved. My aunt took me to San Diego, California. Went to school there for a little while. I moved around a lot until I got stationary in Lake Village, Arkansas, small town, population 2,500, and that's where I got a lot of my values from.
Mm. Now, were you into sports growing up? And if not, like what kind of activities were you into, like, extracurricular wise, if you were into anything?
Like bright a little bit. I played football. I
Okay.
played football, played middle linebacker actually from the third grade all the way into college and arena football. I ran track with. I actually worked out with Tim Montgomery and Brian Lewis from Norfolk State. Tim
Mm.
Montgomery used to be married to Marion Jones, so I knew these guys when they were in college at Norfolk State, and the coach was Steven Riddick, which is 1976. He medaled silver medalist. He was a sprinter. So all athletes, man, you're very competitive.
Yeah.
It's the nature. And
Yeah.
I had a walk-on scholarship at Hampton. I screwed that up. I was offered a walk-on scholarship at NC State. I screwed that up, and that's because of that. Growing up angry with that childhood, man,
Yeah.
not having a father, and just learning some stuff on my own. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Nice. And so, what kind of like led you into going into the Navy and to make that decision and like what's are you still active or are you out now?
No, I'm a merchant marine now. So
Okay.
I have a license in New York City, and
Okay.
what led me to the Navy? It's Lake Village is a very small town. Can you imagine one high school, one fire department, and some of the fire department are police officers? You got two churches. It's very small. Um, we had one light, one street light, one traffic light, and that was on the highway when you turned into Lake Village. Very 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 small, but um, we have a saying: "Big fish, small pond." And we had a class reunion. Man, I have so many classmates that became lawyers, doctors, and this is before the social media world. This is before
Yeah.
Google. This is 1992,
Yeah.
and when you got an encyclopedia. So I actually joined the Navy to be a Navy SEAL. So some of my classmates might see this podcast. They saw me. I'd be running around Lake Village with a log, with a telephone pole on my back, and we swam in the lake. But once I joined the Navy, I was in a dive fare company, and then I couldn't swim as well. It's called combat swimming. It's not just regular swimming.
Yeah.
Anybody that's watching this, SEALs, buds, it's a lot of swimming, man. It is fucking dude. It is not mentally at 18. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Mm.
Not even close, Mike. Not even just just some of the stuff that you see and the amount of physical and mental work that they put on you. It's not good for no kid at 18 is ready for that.
Yeah. But like, since you went through that and everything, like how did that kind of like shape, you as a person? Like, I'm sure, you definitely manned up and,
Oh
it
yeah,
helped
oh
you in a
yeah,
lot of positive ways as well.
oh yeah. I do a lot of community service because of my childhood. I ran. So everybody had this myth about cigar smokers with bad lungs and bad health. So
Yeah.
I ran 3 miles yesterday in Philly. I actually ran to. So my hotel was at the Westin, and I ran to the Masonic. I went to the Marriott, and I actually had a cigarette. I'm probably I'm not the only cigar smoker that sometimes smokes cigarettes because they're quick.
Yeah.
And I actually smoked a cigarette and had a shot of goat's milk. So the Masonic, Shriners, of course, they got the camel on the back of their shirts, and I really don't know what that means. I'm not a Mason. So I had some camel milk, which is actually coconut milk and moonshine. And then I ran back to the hotel, and then I got dressed. So being in the Navy, um, I've had my sons run at 2:30 in the morning, and the temperature 32 degrees. So I watch a lot of David Groggins, and he always says to be a hard motherfucker, you got to do hard shit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Now, what led you into smoking cigars and how long have you been smoking cigars?
I've been smoking cigars since 1996. I'm 47, so as soon as I got out of high school, I was in the Navy, and good friend of mine, Bruce Smith, Master Chief, retired 31 years. He's actually my business partner, part of Virginia Herf. So anyway, I was very, very angry. I was a good seller. I was sell at a quarter a couple of times, but somewhere in there I lost my military bearing. But he gave me a cigar one day, and he was like, "Man, you need to chill out, relax," you know. And he gave me a cigar. It was actually a curly head. Remember that?
Yeah.
He gave me a Fuente curly head, and I smoked it, and I thought it was cool. Growing up in Vegas, I grew up watching Dynasty and Blake Carrington. You know what I mean? Dexter. Um, so I would smoke. So it's funny. I was the only guy in Magic City. I was the only guy in Titty Bar smoking cigars. So you imagine everybody smoking cigarettes, and they stink, and they would be
Yeah.
like, this is my daughter. I'm doing a podcast. Shirtless Mike. They would be like, "Oh, he comes smoking that cigar." The curly head, that thing was this long, dude.
Yeah.
And before then, I used to go to this hair shop. It was a Asian store. I don't know if that's the right
Yeah,
word.
I'm from the hood and the suburbs, so Asians
So
they have all the hair stores right in the heart of the hood.
yeah, so they had cigars in there, Mike. They had this big old long pack of cigars, and a friend of mine named Wesley. You could get like $6 and get 6 cigars. They were fucking big, and I would never smoke one a day. But anyway, I'd be smoking that, man. They were like, "Is he smoking that stinky cigar?" And so I just kept on growing with the culture, um, and I fell in love with it, dude. I actually quit one time and started back smoking.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of led you to quit cigars? Was it just like, you just kind of got tired of it for a while, or?
Um. Well, the marketing,
Mm.
you so I'll never mention any names because that's not what we do in cigar world. But
Yeah.
cigars are almost like tennis shoes now, like Jordans. And I've
Yeah.
never had a pair of Jordans. So, I got tired of buying this cigar, and you couldn't get but two of these, and you got to go this event to get this one, and you and
Yeah.
you and you know what I mean. And you got to
Mhm.
buy. There was a company I won't mention had a sampler. Um, the UF4 was in it, so I wanted the UF4 by Drew Estate, and you had to buy the whole sample just to get one cigar.
Yep.
And I was like, this is some bullshit. But I bought 4 samples just to get 4 UF4s.
It's marketing. I even suggested
I
I
know,
work at a
dude.
cigar shop, and I'm not gonna mention the name of the cigar because people, it's a very popular cigar. We got some boxes of it, and I was suggesting we take that company's core line and add like one or two of those cigars, and then just save the boxes for like the highest to the high end, like really good close customers.
Yeah,
And I mean, unfortunately, that's something you got to do nowadays. With hard to get cigars. That's why I generally just smoke cigars that you can always get. I don't chase the hard to find stuff. Like I might smoke them, but I don't chase them. If I happen to see them, I'll smoke them. If
yeah,
not, I don't chase them. So
yeah. No, so that's one thing. That's one reason I just quit smoking. I got sick of that. So you know what made me start selling cigars?
what was that?
I got tired of people controlling the market.
Mm,
So I specialize in CNC tobacco. I specialize in hard to find and rare cigars. And you know just as well as I know, Mike, there's not a lane for the small guy that can
hmm
get access to what you just mentioned, that stick. And I mean, say you've been going to a shop. I've been going to your shop, Shirtless Mike, and you and
hmm
you and you've advertised that shop. And I come in there and we've talked a lot of times. I've been in shops, I've walked in certain shops in Norfolk, and everybody's smoking a cigar that came from me that I brought to the area. And I want to buy a box of triple eights. This happened in Virginia Beach, triple eight Opus X. And I walked in there and they said you couldn't buy but two. So it was a young kid, he didn't know. So I bought the box. So what's the difference? If you're selling this cigar
hmm
and it's for sale, you want to make the money. Now, if you want
Yep.
to give a cigar to a few great customers that have been patronizing that shop, then you call those customers or send an email out and say, hey, I got this stick, two per customer. I understand that.
Yeah.
But some cigars, sometimes they don't do that. I've had times to where my wife has went to go get me a box of 77 Sharks, and they only let her buy two. And then later he'll find out it's my wife, and he'll be like, "Oh, why you didn't tell me you were Cedric's wife?" That I believe a man that works for $6 an hour or a man that makes $100,000 should be able to have opportunity to smoke that cigar. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's what made me my dude. I People buy cigars, I give them one, you know, because it's tobacco,
Yep.
and that's what got that brings us together. The brother of the leaf, the sister of the leaf. That's why I'm on your podcast right now. It's about tobacco.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's been cool getting to know you a little bit, talking here and there. So now, is CNC Tobacco? That's not a physical shop, is it? That's one of the questions that I had. You guys sell online?
We sell online. We do some vending for the beer, bourbon, and barbecue trigger agencies. I was in Vegas Cigar Week for Sugar Daddies. He has a cigar lounge out there in Vegas.
Yep.
Um, I was in Houston Cigar Week, and I stock a couple of golf courses with cigars. Like a good friend of mine, um, actually got it right here, Sinistro. Yeah, have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
It's TNT. So this is owned by Coleman and I can't think of the guy. His business partner name short wears a hat. God damn it. And anyway, this is also a joint venture with Gerard Wyatt from Marto Cigars, and they put together this TNT. So I brought this to Virginia, and I just kept on going with it, dude. So that kind of put me on the map for bringing in hard to find boutique sticks. The La Barber Purple, I love.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
there's so many cigars, man. Skull and Bones, it's hard to find. I actually still have some 2009 Triple Maduro. You remember those?
Yeah.
So, like I
Oh,
said,
from Camacho.
oh yeah, oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, yeah. That was when I first got into cigars, and I had
right.
the opportunity to smoke an original Camacho Triple Maduro, and that's the first really like stronger cigar that I did not get sick off of.
You'll be you'll have one. You'll have one in your package.
All right,
That's
man. Hey, I
that's what that
appreciate
box
that.
is behind me. Triple Maduro. I had two boxes, two or three boxes, you know.
Woo!
And another thing about cigars, a lot of people don't like, um, um, it ain't fair all the time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You
Yep.
know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right?
Yep.
We ain't gotta. It's not fair. Like you talk on the phone to a guy and tell him you need this, that, and then you walk in the shop and he sees you and then he says, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna sell that." I was like, "Why'd you make me drive all this way?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. And that's you're not gonna find that at the shop I work at for sure. But I've heard some instances, and it's sorry that that shit happens, and it's
That's not the cigar culture. That's not
yeah, it's
that's
not.
that's not what we do, man.
Yeah. So you got your online CNC tobacco. You specialize in rare and boutique, hard to find boutique cigars. How long have you guys been in business so far?
Legally, we've been in business since 2018.
Okay.
Um, but I've been selling cigars maybe since 2015.
Okay.
And I just my wife one day said, "You need to make this a business, because you know as well as I know, once you start buying cigars, dude,
Yep.
she starts seeing boxes coming in and
Yep.
humidor is taller than her, and you know it becomes a problem."
Yep. Now we're gonna get into now. before we get into talking about the Virginia Herf, so you run a Herf. I call my garage the Herf Zone. My
Mm.
show is called Herf Zone Live. What does it mean to you to Herf?
Um, to me, the Virginia Herf, well, to Herf, to smoke
Yeah,
a
to Herf.
cigar,
Like we'll
to
get into the
Herf.
Virginia Herf,
Oh
but
yeah,
to Herf in general.
to Herf is to smoke a cigar, not knowing a guy, not knowing where he's from, um, what he likes, just smoking a cigar. And smoking a cigar, it'll relax you, and you'll realize that it doesn't really matter what this guy likes or don't like. It's about the cigar. It's about the tobacco. We've gotten away from that. A
Yeah.
good friend of mine, Ron, he just passed. He passed in May, and he had a rebel flag. He was from Mississippi, went to Mississippi State, and he had a rebel flag. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And um, of course, people get into it on social media. And one day he made a post. He said something, and guys were like, "Cedrick, I can't believe that's your friend. You smoke with that guy." I said, "Well, he's entitled for his own opinion. He grew up in Mississippi. I grew up in
Yep.
Arkansas. So, but I've been in his garage and smoked cigars, dude, and you would never, you know what I mean?" And he just passed, man. And it's about cigars. Don Harrison, same way. He's 70
Yep.
some years old. He owns a roofing company. You know what I mean? He's a white man. I'm a black guy. We smoke cigars. We're fucking best friends.
Yep.
That's what it is to Herf. It's not about what color your car is or hip hop. It's about a cigar, dude. And I
Yep.
always said more people should smoke a cigar. You know? So that's what it
Yep.
means to me to Herf.
Nice. And cigar culture is one of the few like subcultures that there is like as far like if you got a cigar in your hand, you're a brother. If you got a cigar in
Right.
your hand, you're a sister. Like
That's it.
it
That's
doesn't
it.
matter what your background is. So now we're gonna get into the Virginia Herf and everything. So when did you get the idea to throw the Virginia Herf, and were you already throwing events prior, or did you just want to throw an event the way that you wanted to throw it?
Well, um, I first started. I used to have birthday parties, and everybody knows me that I like cigars. So I would always have a birthday party where I could smoke a cigar. And going to New York, working up there, I ran into a lot of guys that smoke. And there was no place, and Mike, it's not a lot of places in Virginia that's cigar friendly, right?
Mm,
We always got to smoke outside. You go to a club, they let you smoke hookah, but they don't let you
yeah.
smoke cigars. They let you smoke cigarettes, but they don't let you smoke cigars.
I mean, it lets you smoke weed,
They
black
let
and
you smoke
milds, all
weed. They
that.
let you smoke black and white, black and mild. They let you smoke. They let you vape, but nobody lets you smoke a fucking cigar. Right? One of the most classiest things to do. I don't know
Hmm.
if that's a right. I'm not an English major, but nobody has nothing for you to smoke cigars. But you can smoke all the other shit. 420 friendly. You can smoke pot, but you can't smoke a cigar.
Hmm.
So I created that, me and Don and RJ. RJ, another guy, he has a Facebook group called Sister and Brother Leaf 757. We were sitting in Keegan's, and Terry Webb, good friend of mine, he throws a lot of events in Nauticus. So we're looking at this. I said, man, what if we could do this? He had Kid Capri, he had all these people wearing white, man. I said, what if we could do this in Nauticus and smoke cigars? And I showed Don Harrison the picture of it, and he said, wow. He said, yeah, I'm on board. So I'll cut it real sweet. The first Herf was called Four Men and a Lady. And that was so the ideal for the Virginia Herf is mine, Cedrick Linzy. But I did that with Willie Rivera and Donnie Chulo, Darren Adams. He owns a stick called Donnie Chulo. He makes coffee. And Don Harrison was supposed to be the guy. So it's supposed to be three guys and a lady. In the silhouette, the lady is my wife. But in real life, the lady was the customer. It was
Mm,
four men and a lady. So it was never four men. It was just me, Don, Willie, and Darren Adams. And the lady was the customer. And then we had that in Nauticus. They still had signs, Mike, that said no smoking. We were the first people to have a cigar event at Nauticus and smoke. And so we continued to do it because you had Cigar Fest, you had Big Smoke, you had Black Smoke, you had all these cigar weeks, and they do something at Maker's Brewery one day, but nobody had nothing with a live band, live music that opened it up to everybody, right? And I've been trying to close that gap with diversity, bring
Yeah.
everybody together because it's about cigar, and that's how I created the Herf.
Awesome. Now, when someone attends the Virginia Herf, what can they expect? Give us a breakdown of all the different events for each day and give everyone a synopsis of the
Oh man,
vibe of the Virginia Herf.
wow. You know, I've been getting told, Mike, I got too much going on. It's too many events. That's what I was told. So the very first day, we go to Moe's Cigar Lounge in Hampton, and he also owns a spot called Legacy. But the killer about Moe's, they got an NFL ticket. So that's called Welcome to Virginia, and we're doing that with some cigar vendors, Sin Cigars. Um, that's a $20 ticket. You get a cigar. You get to meet Sin Cigars. We got some champagne, wine, food, great DJ. That's Friday. That's Thursday. Welcome to Virginia. And then Friday, we're at Flat Street Cigar Lounge in Portsmouth, Virginia, 1915 Victory Boulevard. And there we have a Reggie Gist. Guy plays the saxophone.
Mm.
And then we got a DJ. So we have live entertainment and DJ every day. So I like saxophones. I always like jazz. Um, Again, it's cool shit to do. So that's called Suits and Cigars Meet and Greet, and that's owned by myself and Kevin Fox. He's a
Okay.
dealer, so he's called the Suited Fox, and I'm CNC Tobacco. Together we call it Suits and Cigars. You don't have to have a suit, but you got to be a grown man. Have some slacks on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to bring that old thing back, the Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I'm part Italian, so I
So you
love
know what I mean?
Sinatra.
You remember what was the Tony Soprano?
Oh yeah.
You
I'm a
you
huge
ever see
Sopranos fan.
you ever see Tony Soprano smoke a fucking cigar with sneakers on?
No, Don never wears shorts either.
No,
How you doing?
no. So so that's where Suits and Cigars came from. I created that, and I brought Kevin in with that, and then now he's helped me. I got my own line called Christian Mile Collection. But anyway, that's Friday, and then Saturday we do a Cuban breakfast, and that is at a restaurant in Chesapeake called Cohiba. Cohiba Restaurant, 1296 South Battlefield Boulevard. And that's also with a company called Pale Horse Coffee. Great friend of mine named Michael Vecchion. You'll have one of those too. I'm gonna make you some coffee. You gotta have a box of shit.
All
And
right.
so they make my coffee. We have some coffee called the Virginia Herf Coffee, and they make CNC Tobacco blueberry coffee. So Saturday morning we're doing a coffee and Cuban cigars, Cuban food. We're not selling them because you can't sell Cubans. But
Yeah.
it's Cuban coffee, Cuban food. It's a Cuban restaurant. Mike Pale Horse Coffee has Cuban coffee. Michael Vecchione is doing some special stuff out there with the coffee. Man, this coffee is fucking next level. You'll probably be doing a podcast because coffee is huge, dude. They were just on Channel 13 News in Virginia. And then Saturday
Nice.
evening from 2 to 8 p.m., we do the Virginia Herf at Badawi Golf Course. And we got the vendors there. I don't want to because you get in trouble if you don't name some of these guys.
Yeah.
One
Shouts out
second.
to all the vendors. Shouts out to all the sponsors of the Virginia
Oh
Herf
yeah,
out
man.
there.
We got cigar porn from DC. I'm sure you've seen those shirts.
Oh yeah, I got a
Um,
cigar porn shirt. They
yeah.
shared me a few times
Oh yeah. Trent's
on
coming down.
Instagram. Whenever I
Um,
do wear a shirt.
we got a select draw. You had him on.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Clout Cigars. Kevin Purnell. I got 2 minutes. This is gonna be funny when you hear this story. This is just real shit. So
Yeah.
Kevin Purnell is one of the owner of Clouts, right?
Yep.
So the very first Herf in 2019, I was trying to get his cigar there, but he didn't know me. So he had heard that I was an asshole, right? So you know how that goes because you hear that shit from somebody else. So he goes, yeah, he's cocky and this and this and that and this and that. Not true. He's actually a Baltimore. I think he's a retired police officer. He's from Baltimore. I think he might still be a police officer. So anyway, he has a cigar called the Brazilian Clout Brazilian Maduro Lancero. It's fucking awesome. So I'm actually putting that cigar. That's one of the cigars that's going to be in the shuttle for the VIP after party. So
Nice.
Saturday is 2 to 8 at Bottley Golf Course. Live band by Better by Tuesday. Tyler from Byron's Pub doing the seafood. The VIP, they'll have oyster Rockefeller, shrimp, um, chicken, desserts, cupcakes, all kind of shit. Open bar for an hour. And then after that, it's an after party. And Mike, that's gonna be crazy. That's why I was
Nice.
trying to get you to come up here. That's gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
at the corner in Portsmouth.
Okay.
It's actually called the corner. It's crazy, right? And
Oh yeah.
it's a mature crowd. It's on 4520 George Washington Highway. Um, so this is funny, Mike. They let you smoke hookah in there. No cigars, right? So I know the owner, Tanika, and her husband, Paul. So they know I smoke cigars, and I love Jaeger bombs. So we're supposed to do about 60 Jaeger bombs, and we're gonna smoke cigars in there. So
Nice.
I
So
actually have
they're gonna smoke cigars and get dragged out of there at the end of the day, the night.
no hookahs. You can smoke a hookah, but the people that like hookah, they probably like you know, kind of like move out of the way.
No, no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about all the Jaeger bombs. You
Oh
gonna
yeah,
get dragged out of there at
oh
the end of the
yeah,
night. They're gonna
yeah,
have to carry your ass out.
yeah. You know what? We have a concierge superior service. So we got a sprinter van. Um, Keaton Thomas has a van. We got a Navigator limo. So I made sure all the VIP people you can get back to the hotel. You don't have to drive.
Oh yeah.
So you can imagine, right? Everybody's like, well, man, well, you know, how much for that? I was like, listen, a DUI is 10 grand.
Yeah.
You want to pay $125 to get in the van and drink in the van and drink at the after party and go back and drink, or you want to take a chance on the DUI? That's up to you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then Sunday we close it and finish it with the brunch at the Courtyard on Plume Street with Chef Jacoby Ponder from Food Network, Chef K. Reese. He just lost his father, man. He's still coming. He lost his
Mm.
father Friday, and
Oh wow.
he's still coming. You know what I mean? And these guys have supported me, man, from day one. Stolen Thrones. These guys are. Can you imagine doing an event and nobody knows who you are, and you bring in Stolen Thrones, Ohana Cigars from Texas, Sam Lucille Cigars, Pale Horse Coffee, Pale Horse Cigars, Franklin Picardo, the owner of
A lot of
Roller.
heavy hitters.
Yeah, and nobody knows who you are, right? And you tell them your vision, but nobody thinks you're serious, right? And
Yeah.
then 2019, I was the only one that had an event during the fucking pandemic. I ain't being cocky. I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah.
And we had 169 people. And then the hotel dropped the bomb because they wasn't staffed. So I did another event free to all the people that bought a VIP ticket, right? So that's in a nutshell.
Heck yeah. No, I've been there plenty of times. A lot of people don't see the vision right away, and they just have to see it in action, and then they become believers, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
doing my show, doing my whole brand and everything, being a
Uh,
personality, like that came from nothing. And I'm bringing it up to something, so I definitely could relate to that.
um, Tim Posh, right? He owns Curry Tuck Seafood. He's giving me a Vanderhall to pick up, and D is also his business partner. They have these slingshots, and he has a. You ever? I'm not a motorcycle guy, but I
No,
probably want
I've
about.
heard of the slingshots.
Well, he's giving us a four passenger slingshot.
Nice.
So the ambassadors are going to drive the slingshot. I'm gonna drive the Vanderhall. And but really, this is about bringing businesses together to continue to grow this event.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knows that. Willie and Darren knows that. But then you get all these people like, but man, why does this cost this? Cost this? It costs a lot to make a T-shirt and put all that shit on the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It costs to have oysters and seafood and champagne, and it costs. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. We got a
So
comment. Omar White. He says, "Going to try my first cigar this weekend at the event."
Omar is the one that owns the car service.
Okay.
Yeah, real professional dude, man. He's red carpet, so he's gonna pull up the VIP and some of the vendors, man. They're gonna be in for a treat.
Awesome. Now you were telling us you have your own like suit line or whatever too.
Yes, I do.
Tell us about that.
So again, you get these guys. They have $1,200 suits, right? Now, me and you know, let's say a cigar, right? We really
Hmm.
know when the Opus X 20th anniversary first came out, you could get that cigar for $29,
Yeah.
25 at certain places. But when it goes to the third party, it becomes $50 and $40 a stick.
Hmm.
Now the box is $2,000, $1,000 a box, right?
Yep.
So with suits, um, I used to work at an asphalt company, and I started out as a laborer. When I got out of the Navy, I made $6.15 an hour, and I always wanted a nice suit. So I would go to Burlington Coat Factory and buy pants or a shirt, and I would take it to a shop, Kim's shop, and get my initials put on it. And I was like, man, this shit, I want to wear a custom suit or a nice suit. Where you go in the mall, Mike? I've bought suits off the rack from Nordstrom, tuxedos, $790. My partner bought me one, Michael Massey, a lawyer. $790. The shit had non-functional buttons. It was fused together, and it was a polyester silk blend. That don't cost $790?
Yeah.
So again, I got into suits. Um, Good friend of mine, Sean Hampton, bought me some shirts back from Bahrain in 2008. And once you wear a custom shirt, dude, you don't want to wear a shirt off the rack. So I again I said I need to make this affordable.
Yeah.
Everything's about the little guy becoming the big guy.
Yep.
Everybody should be able to, you can get a nice suit for $600. That's what it costs off the rack, and you still got to take it somewhere and get it altered
Yep.
because a 48 long, you don't have a 40-inch waist if you wear a 48 long. My
Yeah.
waist is 37, 36 inches. So now you got to take that suit up, and the back pockets are going to touch together because it doesn't fit. That's how I got into the custom clothing line.
Nice. Now, do you have a website where people can order stuff?
Yep. Darren Short is dude. This dude, he's coming to the Herf. This dude is incredible. He's actually a tugboat mate, and nobody knows that he does webs. He did the Virginia Herf website,
That's a nice
www.
website.
You see it?
Yeah, I've
Dar-
seen it upon doing research.
Darren did that on Anchor Watch. This dude's incredible, and he's building the CNC website, and he's changing. I have a website for the Christian Miles collection, and then it's a kids line because we donate ties to kids, and we're going to do something with kids, and we're donating 10 shirts and ties to Sharita Selden that has a nonprofit. But the nonprofit this year is Qiana Futrell, and she does I call her Q. She wears red glasses. She's a Delta from Norfolk State. She does her nonprofit is about giving kids toys with incarcerated parents.
Okay.
So both of my parents have been incarcerated, and can you imagine Christmas and you know your aunt, whoever's taking care of you, and your parents locked up, you're not getting the same shit. It's just what it is. They love
Yep.
you, but it ain't happening, man. No
Yep.
offense, my aunt Jackie Perry, she raised me. I love her to death, but that was my aunt. She had a son and a daughter. So you can't take from your children
Yeah.
when you're forced to raise your nephew because his parents are fucked up. It's just what it
Yep.
is. So that's community service is tied to every event I do. Everything.
Absolutely. That's the way to be, man. Because no matter how you started off in life, you accumulate, and it's just always good to give back. Because you've been blessed with so much anyway, and
Yeah.
that's how I try to be. Whenever I have a chance, I try to give back. So now let me ask you this. So I saw a post on Facebook the other day. Almost every state now, they got their own cigar week and all that. And then, there's been some cities that it's like multiple cigar weeks, and people are like, which one is the real one? Like, so do you think what's your opinion on that? Like, do you think, somebody that's doing the official one and then somebody, wants to kind of like copycat or whatever? Like, do you think that's becoming a trend nowadays in the cigar culture?
Mike, you gonna make me smoke a cigar in my house.
Hey, that's what I do, man.
You want me to answer that question?
Yes, sir.
Um,
I just want your honest opinion. We keep it raw and uncut on Herf Zone Live.
my honest opinion is you can have as much shit as you want in one state, right?
Yeah,
It's a lot of cigar weeks.
yeah,
Virginia Herf would never be Virginia Cigar Week. Somebody else might do that shit. Virginia
hmm,
Herf is never gonna do that. To me, a week is too fucking long.
yeah,
I'm gonna come in town. I came in. I did Houston Cigar Week. I came in Thursday. It was long, dude. I came back and had to get a COVID test because I smoked so many fucking cigars. That's a long time. I got
Now, did you go to the
kids.
official Houston Cigar Week or the other one that?
There you go. There you go. That's you know what I'm saying. That's that bullshit. So the funny thing is, and both of them probably get mad, but I don't give a fuck because I like both of them.
Yeah,
Saron is coming to my event. That's Space Cigars.
yeah. I've met him
Great
before. I
dude.
interviewed him.
Great dude. He picked me up. I was kind of late, and he was fussing me. Said you late, you late. So now he was late, fucking telling me he coming to the Virginia Herf, right? And I had to get a rental car and shit. So he picked me up and he took me back to my hotel. And then I met Rich Eli. That's Texas Cigar Austin Week. And so I was supposed to come to his. I initially talked to him first. So I was fucking confused because it
Yeah,
was 2 weeks. And then
yeah,
I work in New York. So I'm like, well, what the fuck going on? And then when you talk to people, they go, well, nah, you need to come to this one. This one's the real one. Well, hold on, man. It's the brother of the Leaf. It's Houston.
yeah,
Yo, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Right?
yeah,
And I don't know what happened with that. But I both of them logos on the back of the shirt. You
yeah,
know what I mean? It's about cigars. I'm hoping, I'm not a fucking matchmaker, a judge, or I'm not a referee. Then you got Cigar Week in Vegas. So
yeah,
you live in Florida. So they got a big smoke in Miami.
yeah.
They got a big smoke in Vegas. So nothing's wrong with having it.
Yeah,
It's a
well, that's like the same thing. Like that's all put on by like cigar aficionado in
right,
different
right.
cities, and all
What
that.
do you
But
feel about that? What do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm cool with that. I think that you know it's cool to have cigar weeks or whatever, but like, don't confuse the people. Is all I gotta say. Like,
Yeah, man.
like I mean, try to you could combine forces, join forces, and all that. To my knowledge, I think we had an Orlando cigar week. I forgot the guy's name. I met him at one of my local shops. It was a
Right.
Orlando event or whatever. But
Mhm.
anyway, like people should just try to join forces because it's like it's cool to have all these cigar weeks or whatever. But
Mhm.
I feel like, and I don't know these people personally. I may know some people involved with some of it or whatever, but
Right, right.
like not the organizers. So this is not a
No,
diss to anybody, but like
no.
it seems like in certain ones when they have like all these cigar weeks, it's like you have the first person to do it, and they're like, oh, that's a good idea, and then they do the same similar, well, not the same, but very similar stuff, and it's like like a monkey see, monkey do type of thing, and it is what it is. Like there should be some like more unity in that. So And the person that was posting, they were talking about like the DMV area because the DMV is really lit with like, cigar events. So I guess there was multiple cigar weeks around that area too, or different herfs or whatever.
Yeah, they I saw something called DMV Herf. And now I could have
Was that
fucking
or the super herf?
right. Now, 2019, Darren, we hashtag Mega Herf. Monica Cooper of Sticks and Stilettos called the Mega Herf, right? I ain't
Yeah,
say shit. I ain't say shit when I saw that, right? So the funny thing is, I bought the domain Virginia Herf in 2018.
yeah,
I owned the domain of that shit in 2018. It's been a business in 2018, right? Now, anybody can use Herf,
yeah.
but that Super Herf and Mega Herf, that's cool. You know what I mean? Do your thing. If I'm off, I'm gonna try to go to DC and support. But you know what? You know what's crazy? And I might get in trouble for this one. I'm gonna say it any motherfucking way. This is the Cedrick. This is the real Cedrick. This is the Cedrick might they say that's an asshole. It's some people. Uh, I heard a guy say in Atlanta. I won't say any names. And I was supposed to vend down there September 18th, but I'm exhausted from doing this shit. He said, if you come down here in Atlanta, man, you need to holler at me. I was like, man, you out your motherfucking mind. I don't need to holler at nobody. You don't own a city. You can come to Virginia and do whatever you want to do. I'm not gonna say you come in Virginia. So you can come in shirtless, Mike, and say you want to do something in Virginia. People say, oh no, you can't do that till you talk to me. You crazy as shit.
But you know what though, like to me, like you're somebody that I see as a focal point. So I'm gonna come through like no, like the people that's like running. I'm not gonna say running stuff, but that's doing stuff.
Right.
I'm not gonna try to go do something or whatever. But when I'm in town, I'm like, hey, I'm in town. That's my whole thing. Like,
Absolutely.
I kind of tell people, hey, if you come to Florida, holla at me. Like, not necessarily like check in or whatever, but like,
Yeah, but
when you come to Florida, holla at me because I
right.
kind of am Florida in a way. I'm out
Yeah,
there.
but it's a different way to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
and I think I
but
know who you're talking about. We ain't gonna say names because
no.
I know that person. I know that person.
Yeah. And he
But
said it that way, and I was like, but at the same time, Mike, I'm in a cigar
you
lounge.
know what? You do need to holla at him in Atlanta, though. You
He's
do need to
smoking.
holla at him.
I am though, but in the same time, he's smoking a 2009 Triple Maduro Camacho that you can't fucking get in Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? So you popping shit, you smoking my shit. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that, B. I'll holler at
But
you,
I think
whatever.
he meant more of a like, he wanted you to holla, not necessarily check in, but hey, holla at me type thing. Just to show
But
love
but they
too. So
no, I will. I'm sure I'll see him, But they got all these. So what's crazy is when you go to a state, Mike, and you don't know where the bad energy is.
yeah,
So I want to fuck with shirtless Mike, and this dude don't fuck with you, and then I can't go fuck with this guy because like how the fuck I know you and shirtless Mike was beefing? How the fuck I know
yeah. I
that?
really
You
ain't
know what
got
I
no
mean?
beef, so you ain't got to worry about that in
I mean, you know
Florida.
what I
Like
mean, though.
I got a few people that don't like me, but they're irrelevant, so it don't matter.
But you know what though? I'm gonna say this because I don't want to forget this. We're planning something huge, dude. And reason why I need people to it's this shit, Mike. You're gonna have to be involved in this. It's going to be big.
Hey, all
And
you got to do is just let me know.
it's I'm talking like how do I say
I'm out there.
this?
I help promote it like it's my shit too. So
It's like
whenever I get involved with something and hosting something or doing like publicity for it, like
I'll tell you like this, Mike. It might cost us $250,000 to do this. We're gonna start promoting in January, and it's gonna be for 2023. It's gonna be big like that.
nice.
But it's gonna bring everybody in, not 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 different states.
Yeah, of course.
So that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be one of the. It's gonna be crazy, dude.
Nice.
We're gonna need some help. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
you already know, bro. Like when it comes to Florida, I'll get Florida to come out, man. Like I'm well known to Florida from all the way up to Tallahassee down to Miami. Like people know who I am.
Right.
It's hard to gauge the numbers, but pretty much wherever I go, I'm gonna know somebody. So
Oh yeah.
And now we're gonna lighten this up a little bit, and I was gonna do the fun questions, but this interview is really vibing, so we're just gonna tackle a few more topics. So, on a perfect day when you're drinking and smoking, what are you drinking? What are you smoking?
Perfect day. I'm drinking gin, Hendrix or Bombay. I'm a James Bond guy. I love a Vesper Martini. Um, I used to. I gotta put a shirt on or a tie. I used to put that shit on, Mike, and people would say, "Say, what you gotta go to court today?" I was like, "What a dumb motherfucker!" So I can't put no. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I've heard people
uh,
say that.
so when I turned, I think I was 36. I said, "Close I get to 40, I'm through wearing fuck." I got a t-shirt on now, but I'm
Yeah,
a grown ass man. You should look like the dude you're becoming. You know what I mean? So on a perfect day, I'm listening to fucking Lil. I'm 47. On a perfect day, I'm listening to Lil Baby or fucking Rick Ross or Jeezy, and I'm smoking a cigar. I'm smoking.
yeah,
I'm smoking a cigar, and the sunroof is open. My wife will get in the car. The car stinks. So I smoke in my car, and I smoke in the old. I don't smoke in the new shit, but I'm smoking a cigar. The sunroof open, and I go live, and I don't even fucking talk. I'm just smoking, and
yeah,
sometimes I'll delete it because you got to be careful for people to know who you are, who you just when you relax, because
yeah,
everybody is so fucking judgmental. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's a perfect day. I'm smoking a Opus or a Cuban or a fucking late hour, and I'm listening to fucking some rap, dude. I'm
Yeah,
listening
same
to some
here.
fucking Lil Baby. The Facts, that shit goes so hard, dude.
See, I don't really listen to a lot of the newer rappers. I listen to a lot of old stuff. You know,
My
but
son got me on Lil Baby.
yeah, there's like one song by Da Baby with that I'll listen to. I have it on my playlist, but um, a lot of
Plies.
newer stuff I don't really listen to. I like the old shit. I'm still young. I'm 32, but
Yeah.
I come from I listen to stuff I grew up on like old Jeezy. Like
Oh,
Biggie,
oh, oh,
like
oh. Dude,
everything.
you remember We the Best, DJ Khaled
Oh
and Benny
yeah, I fuck with
Siegel?
DJ Khaled
Oh
heavy.
my
We the best.
God. Oh my
Who?
Benny. What? You remember bitch, I'm from Dade County.
Yep.
Oh, the
I saw
remix?
Trick Daddy. So there was a Trick Daddy concert in Rockledge, this little town where I'm from,
Right.
and it was at a Knights of Columbus hall. And I didn't think that people would be smoking up in there because I didn't think you could. But so I smoked at a lounge before I went in there. I wasn't planning on smoking, but everybody there either had cigarettes, Black and Milds, or weed. And I was up by the stage, and like Trick Daddy got up on stage, and the sound was fucking up. He did like probably like 5 songs, and he got pissed. He like walked off. I
Right.
couldn't fucking breathe up there. I was like up on the stage. When Trick Daddy walked off the stage, I was like, I can't breathe in here, man. So I left.
What
It
were
was
they
like
smoking?
almost it was like probably like after 1 o'clock in the morning. Because it was
Cigarettes, Black and Miles, and weed.
and weed all in one place, and I couldn't breathe. There was no ventilation. I'm glad I didn't bring a cigar in there to smoke because I don't go to the club anymore like that. If I go out, I'm going to a cigar lounge or a cigar party or whatever. I don't go to like the club like I used to. Because before I was known in the cigar world, I used to be on the club scene. They used to call me the hood's favorite white boy because I used
Right.
to be the only white dude up in the club. I would be having my shirt off on stage with a chain, smoking a cigar,
Right.
and just straight chilling. But
That's
you
some
know,
cool
I I,
shit.
I decided to focus on the cigar thing because growing up in like the hood, like you lose a lot of people that you grew up with and just over some senseless shit. So
Whoa.
I
What?
never, I don't hang out the way I used to. Like I'll hang out with people that I know like that, but I'm not just gonna be randomly hanging out anymore. You know what I mean? Because
Yo,
too many people we lost. So
Mike, if you were beside me right then, I give you one of these fucking Cohiba talisman. Look, what you just said right there. People say this. I'm sure you get this. Oh, saying you hanging out with your bougie friends. Listen,
yeah, and
you
that's
gotta
not it either.
you gotta grow, dude. As you see, you
Hmm.
talking to me, ain't shit bougie about me.
Yep,
I'm
absolutely.
just a hardworking man, but you gotta grow, dude. People don't want to grow. So when you don't grow their way, or oh, wait, you get this. I'm sure you didn't got this, Mike. Oh, he fucking nasty. He cocky. No, I'm just not gonna let you bullshit me.
Yep,
I'm not cocky. I'm just not gonna let you fuck over me.
exactly.
People
And
crazy.
and it's not like I changed. Like I just used to be hanging out randomly, where anything can happen at any time. Even
Yeah.
though the people I was hanging with, like, they're cool. They're not involved in no hot stuff or
Mm.
whatever. But the areas where I was hanging out was just like spots where anything can happen anytime for no reason.
You know what? I,
So you
I
got to grow.
I told a group of guys, and I stopped hanging with them, and they want to know what happened. And I told them, I said, we can drink together, we can smoke together, but we can't make no money together. I said, I can't fuck with that. I said, because you ain't trying to help me better, then I can't fuck with that. There ain't nothing good from that, right?
Hmm.
You got a house and you got your car and your 401k set up and your investments, and we just hanging out getting drunk with $500 bar tabs, but you ain't telling me how to get where you are, right?
Yep.
I ain't fucking with that. So I quit hanging with guys. And then I got this, Mike. Why you don't do no event with me, said? Why you don't do nothing? Motherfucker, I was trying to do something with you. You didn't want to fuck with me.
Yep. It's funny how after the fact people want to, they see you, doing your thing, and then they want to, jump on the bandwagon. Like, nah, like you gotta start from the ground up and put in that work.
Or I know you get this one. Like right now, this is the Herf Zone. This shit is gonna blow up. I'm gonna speak it in existence. You got tattoos. Oh, you're not corporate enough. What?
I'm not corporate. I'm not corporate at
Me
all. I
neither.
tell
But
people
but
that.
but guess what? Neither is fucking Rick Ross or Ludacris when they put that Pepsi in their fucking hand. Huh?
Yeah.
Corporate corporate sells all the other shit to people that they don't even know. Ciroc, I remember when people called Ciroc Puffy vodka. That shit ain't owned by Puffy.
Yeah. He just endorsed it.
He just endorsed that shit. You know?
Hmm.
People yeah, Center is corporate, corporate. Yeah, oh well, you can't do this. No, 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 no. Jordans, Mike, $200 sneakers ain't shit corporate about that. What's corporate is the income it produces.
Yep.
But
And you know what? It's
nothing against
so
Jordan.
little money that it takes to actually produce those shoes, and
What?
it's crazy.
Shout
So
out. Hey Mike, I got a mail you one in a hat too. Shout out to Snapback Lane. He makes these hats, dude. That's my brother. All the people out there, man, so many sponsors. That t-shirt, Mike, is dope. So right.
heck yeah.
Yo,
Whenever I
it's
do wear a shirt, it gets a lot of attention, so I'll definitely rock that and shoot some pictures. And
yeah, man.
so yeah, we're gonna end with this here. So
Yes, sir.
outside of cigars, what are your interests? Do you have any interest in hobbies that most people might not know about outside of the cigars?
I like to cook.
What do you like
I'm
to cook?
I'm a phenomenal cook, man. Octopus, um, sea bass. I actually like bronzini, which is a Mediterranean fish. So being in the Navy and emergency seaman, traveling the world, you learn to cook different stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always been a kid that want to go outside the box, and because I grew up in Arkansas and my family wasn't rich, the only way you could go there was read and go there mentally.
Yep.
So I believe a cigar or food can take you there mentally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want Cuban food, learn to cook Cuban food, and you can go to Cuba. And
Mhm.
that's really what the Herf is. We're gonna take them to Cuba Saturday morning. So I like to
Yep.
cook, I like to work out, and I like to fucking spend money and shop. I like fucking clothes. I got one time I had 57 polo t-shirts. My wife told me, you buy another fucking polo shirt, it's gonna be a problem. So I stopped wearing polo and I started designing my own stuff. Um, that's it, man. I like to cook and I like to eat and work out, and I like to smoke cigars, dude.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Well, we're gonna end it here. So I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. Is there anything that you wanted to add towards the end? Real quick before we head out.
I think everybody should just smoke cigars and chill the fuck out.
That's what
That's
it
it.
is. Sweet. Well, everybody that tuned in tonight, I appreciate you guys. And make sure, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell so you can get all the notifications each and every week, and all that good stuff. Share the show. let people know, about the show. So we appreciate everyone tuning in, and you guys have a wonderful night. I'll let you know when we're not live and we can talk that real shit.